Since opening for business in 2001, Chicagoland has established a rich history in its first decade of operation, particularly in IndyCar competition. In a series renowned for its photo finishes, the IndyCar Series has produced the two closest finishes in series history at Chicagoland, with Sam Hornish Jr. beating Al Unser Jr. by under 3/1000ths of a second in 2002, and Helio Castroneves piping Scott Dixon by 33 thousandths of a second in the 2008 season finale. Of course, neither Dario Franchitti nor Scott Dixon will soon forget the 2007 contest that saw the Scotsman win the race in the IndyCar Series title when Dixie ran out of fuel half a lap from the finish. Chicagoland is no less competitive when the race cars sport fenders. In fact, Kyle Busch is the only driver to win a NASCAR Cup Series race at Chicagoland from the pole, and only one other driver, Kevin Harvick, is qualified in the top 10 and won. Harvick also has the distinction of coming from the deepest in the field, 32nd to win at Chicagoland, while Dale Jr., 25th, Tony Stewart, 19th, also emerged victorious after starting deep in the pack. Coming up tonight, though, it's the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series Chi Town Beatdown 125. It's coming up next here on HBR TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chicagoland Speedway. I'm Steve Singer, joined by Eric Dotson in the HBR TV booth. How are you, Eric?
I'm good. I'm ready to go racing. How about you?
A little more of the same. We had a little late start here. Some technical difficulties with the overlays, still having some of them. I don't know if it's related to the solar storm or what we have going on, but we're going to try and power through it. Again, the Chi Town Beatdown here from Chicagoland Speedway. 83 laps. Stage breaks will be coming at the 60 lap, at the completion of the 60 lap mark. Penalties for tonight. Drew Blaze cannot qualify, receives an EOL before the start of the race for his race win. Zach Millett receiving an EOL before the start of the race for the balance of the season. He can qualify tonight. And Vincent Short receiving an EOL before the start can qualify as well. That is as a result of race penalties from last week. Qualifying already underway. In fact, the grid is just about set. We're going to jump right into it now. Get a look at our starting grid for tonight's race. On the pole position, Vincent Short in the 15, 30.891 seconds. To his outside, it is Rob Hattenback, the number 99, just half a tenth off that time, not even. Neil Quick, row number 2, starts third. Chris Goins from Lone Star Racing, he's going to start from the 4th position. Cody Harger starts 5th, with Zach Millett starting in the 6th position. 7th goes to Thomas McMullen. 8th goes to Brandon Mefford. 9th starting position, the number 26 of Keaton Burnett, with TJ Elaine starting alongside in the 10th spot. Brian Rose in the 89 machine will start from the 11th position, with Alan DeFries rolling off from the 12th spot. Carson Conway, the number 72, starts 13th, with Will George, the 96, starting in the 14th position. Tom Ridgway in the 3. He'll start 15th, with Mark Truxell in the 5, starting in the 16th spot. Cook Quick, the 23 machine, starts 17th, with Jesse Bobo to his outside in the 18th position. 19th goes to Jamie Kerr, the number 75 machine. Mike Fahey starts 20th, with last week's winner Drew Blaze starting 21st. Eddie Rose starting dead last on the field. Shotgun place to start here this afternoon. Eddie Rose got a lot of work to do to make his way towards the front. That is your starting grid here from Chicagoland Speedway.
Who you going to take for this one, Steve?
You know, it's a tough one to call. I'm actually going to go with the 66 of Cody Harger here in that Toyota Tundra. We'll see if he can get it done here this afternoon.
I'm going to take last week's winner, Brian Rose. This is one of his favorite tracks, and he's been good and consistent all year. So hopefully he breaks my curse, and I didn't just curse him.
Well, yeah, you've been picking guys, and it hasn't turned out We might be back up and running, folks. We had some issues again with the stream disconnecting on us. I think everybody is still with us. Meanwhile, Rob Hattenbach was at the front of the field, had an issue. Not sure if this is related to the start, a jump that he may have gotten at the beginning.
All I heard on the team radio was he signaled he was pitting in, so I don't know if it was an issue or what happened there.
Hattenbach going to lose a lap for sure.
It's like we got a battle for the lead as Brendan Medford's going past Thomas McMullen.
Medford goes to the point.
I was able to get out there and run some laps with these guys earlier, Steve, and the first 5 or 6 laps here are very fun, wide open, just around the track, all you can give it. And then after that, you kind of got to burp the throttle a little bit and have some play in there.
Can't find it. We haven't forgotten about you guys. We're trying to fix the stream issue here. Looks like we are still live on YouTube. Issues continue for us here at the technical side. Apologize for that. We're going to try and get this action covered. Battle for the lead up here at the front of the field between Brandon Mefford and Thomas McMullen. They're battling side by side through the corner here off turn number 2. Well, we've definitely lost the Facebook side of things. We're going to stick with it as long as we can here on YouTube. 11 laps in. Thomas McMullen still with the top spot. Brandon Mefford had it for a moment there, rides in the second position. Third goes Thomas Ridgway. Cody Harder fourth. TJ Elaine fifth. Lap 13, McMullen still out in front. Cody Harger moving through the field here, up into the top three, working to the tailgate of the 83 of Brandon Mefford, trying to take over the second position. Mefford, meanwhile, he's looking to the bottom, trying to take the lead away from Thomas McMullen. His eyes in the back of his head to make this one work, with Cody putting the pressure on. Riding on board with Thomas McMullen, looking back at the closest challenger. That's Brandon Mefford. Both these drivers up 6 positions since the drop of the green flag. Still unknown what happened with Rob Hattenback. Eric, you jumped over there for a moment or two. Any word about what happened with the 99? Why he hit the pit lane so soon?
I don't know, Steve. I just caught on the radio that he was informing everybody that he was pitting in, so I'm not sure what happened, if maybe he jumped the start or if it was a decision he made, so I'm not 100% sure.
Brandon Mefford still right in the tire tracks of Thomas McMullen as they work through turns 1 and 2. McMullen still with the lead. Mefford, though, not giving him too much distance to get away. In fact, closes it down once again into turn number 3. It's less than a truck length, but Thomas drives in a bit deeper. Mefford backs up the corner entry, able to get back to the throttle a little bit sooner. Has a run off turn 4, takes a look to the bottom, all the way down to the apron, crosses the stripe. McMullen's still going to lead that lap, but Mefford closing down. Now he's still to the bottom, side by side through turns 1 and 2 once again.
Medford's wanting that lead back pretty bad, it looks like.
Definitely does not want to sit there in the second position. He seems like he's faster. He certainly feels like he's faster. In fact, last lap, half a tenth quicker than Thomas McMullen. Though McMullen does have the fast lap of the race right now at a 31:20.
He had a good run there, but I think Thomas will get him coming out of the turn here, getting the run down the back stretch.
More technical difficulties. It's coming back in and out. We are still with this battle for the lead. Mefford dropping to the bottom on Thomas McMullen here. Has a nose out in front. In fact, he's clear of McMullen through turns 3 and 4. Move Mefford back to the point here, 23 laps in.
Yeah, I think Thomas may just not wanted to battle, and maybe them two kind of check out from the rest of the field, because the 3rd through 6th, 7th place trucks were right there on their tail catching them as they battled.
I know we've stuck with this battle at the front of the field, but again, through the technical difficulties, hard to track down other battles. But this one's been hot and heavy and good to watch as it is. 23 laps, now 24 laps down. Good battle still at the front of the field. Cody Harger now back in the 3rd position. TJ Lane's worked his way into the top 5. Big mover as well. He's passed 6 trucks since the opening lap. Chris Goins He's up into the 5th position. And look, Mark Truxell on the tailgate of the 6th. He's up 10 spots. One of the biggest movers of the day. It's a tie between himself and Jesse Bobo. Bobo up to 8th position. Again, started 18th for the number 7 truck. Real quick there as well in that number 2. Will George back. Missed a week, I believe, due to work. And we're back. Guys, I really apologize. This is like deja vu to just a few months ago. Provider issued modem. Decided to not cooperate. Swapped it out. Worked great for a while, but here we are with the same problems all over again. We're going to try and struggle here, power through it, hopefully make it to the end, but it's going to be with interruptions. I'll do the best I can here, but again, I apologize to all you guys that are sticking with us here watching this.
Looks like we've had a lot of pit stops, and Brian Rose is now the leader.
From what I'm seeing right now, Brandon Mefford's still listed as the top driver.
You are right. Mine just updated.
Brian Rose, though, is up to the 5th position. McMullen looking to the bottom, trying to take away the lead from Brandon Mefford. Been back and forth between these drivers since Hattenback hit the pit lane. Technical difficulties still plaguing us here at Chicagoland Speedway, but we are just past halfway. Thomas McMullen, Brandon Mefford, been the story of the evening. They continue to battle back and forth for that top spot. First round of pit stops are complete. Second round of stops could come as early as lap 59, which would be one shy of the stage break. And guys, thank you all for sticking with us. Those of you who have hung with us. Caution is on the speedway, though.
I'll leave this one on you. If you want to stay out, we'll stay out.
Possibly TJ Elaine having an issue on the speedway. Loose off of 4. Almost saves it. Still spins it down the grass. Locks it up in the pit lane. No real contact. He does spin it in the pit lane, though. That may have what brought the caution out. This will erase the fuel issue for certain.
Looks like we'll probably have about a, 9-lap shootout for the stage?
Yeah, 9, maybe even less. We'll see. Certainly going to be fun to watch. Most of the field down pit lane. Chris Goins, Alan DeFries, Keaton Burnett stay out. Could be their mindset is to stay out, take the opportunity to pit under the actual stage break. These guys may have already pit or believe they can make it to the end with this caution. It seems like they can. They all pit north of lap 30, except for Carson Conway. Carson stays out as well, but he still may have enough now that we get this caution. Been a pretty clean race so far, which has kind of been to our detriment here in the booth, trying to sort out these issues in the stream, trying to keep this thing going. Need some, well, some digital Viagra, I guess, to keep this thing up. I gotta keep it light. So all I can do is laugh at this point. I can't figure out what's going on. I'm pretty suspect that I've got another modem crapping out on me. I'm going to try and make a phone call to Spectrum Internet, in case you're wondering who this disaster is coming from tomorrow. See if I can get a new modem and swap it out, regardless of if a technician's going to look at it or not. I don't care. Last guy couldn't figure out the problem either, so I'm going to try and figure this out myself. If that fixes it, I'm just going to buy my own modem, so I don't have to worry about this anymore, because it's getting ridiculous. We stream anywhere from 2 to 5 nights a week. It's got to be consistent. And tonight it just isn't, and it's unfortunate. But for those of you still watching, if you can hear us, I know we're still having issues. We are going to record here. We have been recording since about halfway, so we will upload a cleaner version all the way to the finish. Hopefully that is not as jumpy as what you're watching now. But again, our apologies up here. It's not Eric's fault. Don't blame him.
I'm just the sidekick here.
So pre-race, we picked drivers. I picked Cody Harder. He had a run-in with TJ Elaine. Who did you end up picking again? I didn't catch it.
Brian Rose.
Brian Rose. And I guess the yellow was actually for Brian Rose. Let's try and see that. Mike Fahey was mentioning it in the stream chat. Mike, I appreciate you watching this, man. I don't know how you're seeing it or even hearing it, but let's see. TJ Elaine. Oh, yeah, Brian Rose banged up pretty good. Let's see if we can find it. We'll rewind this a little bit further. Oh, Fahey knows about it because he was in it. All right, so here we go. Getting into turn 3 down the back. Brian looking high on Keaton Burnett. Gets the door closed. Gets into the fence a bit. Fahey gets into him. Jesse Bobo then gets into him. Hard impact for Brian Rose. That's going to hurt the rest of his race. Again, no fast repairs in the Premier Series. Mike Fahey, our in-race reporter here, typing it in the stream chat. It's professional texting while driving. Lap 50 is on the board. 34 to complete it. Pace car lights are off, so it'll be 33 laps to finish the race. But you're right, about a 9-lap shootout to close out the stage.
I'd say that our picks have both hit the wall, so we may have both cursed them.
And right now your pick is still ahead of mine, so we'll see what happens. Pace cars down and away.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. Back under the green flag. Little wheel spin from Chris Goins there on the restart. Alan DeFries to the outside, slightly spinning the wheels as well. Keaton Burnett there on the inside of Alan DeFries. Some new faces, new paint schemes up at the front of the field. But look at that, Drew Blaze coming into the fold as well in the 4th position. All these drivers all the way back to Zach Millett in position 6 did not pit under this last caution. They're going to try and get to this stage break and then worry about it then. But now they're going to have to fend off everybody behind them with likely fresh rubber. They may not have to pit. They can stretch it all the way to the finish. Bones still out in front with the lead. Keaton Burnett, Drew Blaze. It's a Lone Star Racing top 3 right now as we work lap 52.
Blaze and Burnett almost got into each other coming out of 2. They done a great job of staying off one another. It's like Drew Blaze is going to tuck in and maybe wait a lap or 2 and challenge Chris Goins.
If I know Drew Blaze, I don't know how long he's really going to wait. Lap 54 here. It's time to go. He's got the pace. He's on the bottom. He's to the inside. Off turn number 2, Drew Blaze trying to put that truck in the wind and take the top spot away from Chris Goins. The drag race down into turn number 3. Goins gives up the lead. Drew Blaze takes over the top spot. Lap 55 about to go on the board. We got trouble. Neil Quick in trouble. Caution on the speedway once again. Oh, Eddie Rose flies in and just hammers Neil Quick. Spotter was sleeping on that one. Eddie Rose doesn't check up. It seemed to be full speed. Multiple drivers. Zach Millett involved as well. Well, well, well. Let's take a look at it. Neil Quick on the bottom. Inside Thomas McMullen has a good run. The 96 of Will George gets to the bottom. Right to the, oh yeah. Gets to the apron, puts the left sides down and slides up the track just a bit. Gets to the inside of Neil Quick, makes contact. Slides up the racetrack, takes out Jamie Kerr and Zach Millett with him. And then just keep watching. Here comes Eddie Rose. Full speed. Big, big hit.
Huge hit there.
So I would imagine that these drivers are all going to take this opportunity and pit. And I would believe that the SCAR admin's likely going to call this the stage caution as it is only 4 laps shy.
They did. This is a stage caution.
Kind of figured they would. So did we catch who won it? Was it Drew Blaze or Chris Goins who hit the stage win?
I think it was Blaze.
I mean, Blaze had taken over the top spot, but coming off the corners when that caution came out. Doesn't appear we're going to be able to pull them up, so we are going to step aside here, take a short break. We're going to be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chicagoland Speedway, the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. Stage 2 about to begin. We're going to get 25 laps to go when we cross the line. Pace car lights are off, and we will get the green flag. This time around, Chris Goins, the leader, Keaton Burnett, Alan DeFries, Drew Blaze, Thomas McMullen, the top 5, followed by Brandon Mefford. Vince Short started tail of the field. Cook Quick, Cody Harger, Thomas Ridgway, the balance of the top 10, followed by Carson Conway, Mike Fahey, Rob Hattenback, and Brian Rose, your lead lap trucks.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. Chris Goins gets away by a truck and a half. Battle for second. Keaton Burnett, Alan DeFries, Drew Blaze in the 4th position. And here comes Brandon Mefford up to put on the attack. Thomas McMullen drops to the bottom in turn number 3. He's looking for a piece of the action as well.
Alan DeFries all over Chris Goins.
Alan DeFries said, forget battling with Keaton Burnett. He wants the top spot. Looking to the outside through turns 1 and 2.
He's got a good run on the outside here if he can keep that momentum down the backstretch. Woo!
Well, we're going to have a big battle. 4-truck battle at the front of the field. Chris Goins, Alan DeFries, McMullen to the high side, Keaton Burnett, Drew Blaze. He's just hanging there waiting in the wings. He doesn't like what he sees out in front. Doesn't want to be involved in it. Going to let this settle down here. Maybe pick these guys off later on. But right now, Alan DeFries puts that thing in the wind, but not for long. Thomas McMullen crosses over down to the bottom. Takes the top spot through 3 and 4. Does he have him clear off exit? He does. Crossover coming. Alan DeFries, now he's going to the bottom. McMullen's going to lead that lap, but DeFries still on the attack. 22 laps to go. They work into turn 1.
I don't know if this is a good thing racing this early in this last stage.
It's go time, baby. It's go or go home. Thomas McMullen trying to win this race. Alan DeFries trying to do the same. Alan's had some rough luck in the last few weeks. Now he's got that 71 battling for the top spot. Little wiggle between the two. No contact. Thomas slides up, tries to avoid it as well. DeFries is going to lead that one.
Looks like Allen may get the run here and be able to clear those two, and he does. Looks like Thomas was going to look low and thought he may just stay in line a minute.
Thomas going back to the bottom once again.
These guys are racing like every lap's the last lap. You know, they both look fast up here battling. I mean, the third place truck's not really catching them.
Wasn't too long ago, Thomas McMullen ran the fastest lap of the race, 31.03.
We may see another slide job and crossover here in a second. Look like Allen got way high there.
Too close to call at the stripe with 18 to go. Don't know who led that one, but right now, Thomas McMullen, Alan DeFries continued to do battle. It's like eye candy for Chris Goins, Keaton Burnett, and Tom Ridgway, watching these guys battle it out, burning up their stuff. Will they have enough to maintain this pace all the way to the checkered flag? We'll see. McMullen back to the bottom, still trying to get this pass done. Can't shake the 71.
I'm surprised one of them hasn't just fell in line and said, hey, let me push you and let's break away from everybody, because everybody behind them's lining up now.
These two are a bunch of SCAR veterans. They've been around a long time. They've got a lot of laps around each other. They're having a good time. That was the whole point of this league in the first place. Have a good time, go out, race, learn something, improve your skills. These guys have certainly done all of that. It looks like Thomas McMullen might be finally realizing, you know, I got to cool these things down. I got to save what I can. Alan DeFries maintains the top spot now, 2.5 trucks back to Thomas McMullen.
Everybody behind them's in line, so we'll see if they can get all bunched back up here. I know Alan is hoping that they catch Thomas and battle with him and let him pull away.
Chris Goins hanging on to that third spot. Keaton Burnett, truck length, maybe 2 back. Closely chased by Tom Ridgway. Truck length between him and the 26, but Drew Blaze at the tailgate of the 3. And here comes Vincent Short into the picture as well. He's in the 7th spot. Don't count out Brandon Mefford. He was awfully strong at the front of the field early on in the race, but here he is in the 8th position. Curious to see if he's got anything left in the tank here with 15 laps to go.
It's getting go time here, so if you're near the back and you got a fast car, it's time to go. DeFries is looking strong right now, though. I mean, it looks like he may be pulling away from Thomas.
He's going to pick up the draft here a little bit on Cook quick. No, that's Jesse Bobo in the 7. Tries to take advantage where he can. Goes back to the high groove. Goes around the 7. McMullen's going to catch him in a bad spot to where he's actually going to lose the nose. Little arrow push for McMullen as he gets close to Jesse Bobo. Alan DeFries with 13 laps to go, enjoying a half-second lead back to Thomas McMullen. Meanwhile, McMullen, he's going to have to start worrying about Chris Goins. It's a truck length back to the 6th. Chris Goins gave up early, didn't fight too hard, saved that rubber underneath that machine. Now it's coming into play here as he starts to reel in Thomas McMullen into turn 3.
Yeah, I think he'll be pushing Thomas for the position, maybe down the front stretch, going into one and two.
Definitely got to keep an eye on this battle here. Drew Blaze pushing Keaton Burnett down the tri-oval through the dog leg. Vincent Short, Tom Ridgway almost making contact. Vince slides it up to the high groove, opens the door for Brandon Mefford.
I was talking to Vince, and I just feel like he's more relaxed right now. He's coming out just to try to win races, and I feel like he's just relaxed some in his preparation, as Chris Goins is on the low side of Thomas McMullen.
McMullen maintains the second spot across the stripe, but don't know if that's going to last another lap. 11 to go. Chris Goins on the bottom. McMullen trying to battle back, use some momentum on the high side. Slides it way up to the safer barrier. Going to ride that wall down the straightaway, but I think he's going to give up the ghost here into 3 and 4. Chris Goins clears McMullen for the second spot. Let's see if Thomas can battle back. He's got his foot in it. Off turn 4, a little momentum. Chris Goins slides up. No crossover from McMullen. Move Chris Goins to P2 with 10 to go.
Yeah, I think Chris done what you said earlier. He saved his tires a little bit better, and I think he's going to make a run, and he's got his sights set on Alan Freeze now.
Freeze looking back. He's got some distance, 0.6 of a second to Chris Goins, but don't know if that's going to be enough.
The Freeze and McMullen battled real hard for a lot of laps, and, you know, they chewed up a lot more tire than Chris did.
Going back to this battle here, Drew Blaze, Tom Ridgway, Keaton Burnett. Ridgway is on the charge once again. Had his issue trying to get to pit road early on, but here he is in the 5th position, looking for 4th with 9 to go.
Looks like Drew Blaze may be able to clear him right here and maybe start to work on Burnett.
Drew Blaze, the biggest mover of the day, and he's in the wall off turn 2. Drew Blaze scrapes the right side of that Lone Star Racing Dent Wizard machine, Dent Zone machine. Loses a couple of positions. He's going to fall in behind Vincent Short. Moves Vince up to 7th, but Drew not giving up. It's still go time. Right side pancaked on that machine, but he is not out of the throttle. Still trying to fight back, move his way towards the front.
We'll see how much that affects him once he gets back up to speed here.
Going around the lap truck of Brian Rose again. Brian much off the pace after his incident. Damaged that truck. No fast repairs to save you at the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series races. If you bang it up, you got to fix it the old-fashioned way. Checking out front, though, Alan DeFries still out in front. 3/10 the advantage, though, back to Chris Goins.
Yeah, Chris is running him down. It's just a matter if he's got enough time to do it. And then, you know, it's going to be a task to pass here, especially if they're close on speed. It's not going to be easy to pass.
Chris Goins drove it way deep into turn number 1, gained a lot of ground. A quarter-second gap between the two now as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, and being that close, running at these speeds down the straightaways, that draft is helping Goins as well.
Well, Goins closed down another 0.5 getting into turn 4. The gap 0.2 of a second with 4 laps to go. Allen's going to start trying to break up the draft here the best that he can. But he's got to do it while maintaining that line. Chris Goins looking to the bottom into 1. Nothing doing there, but he's there. Half a truck length between the 71 and the 6 here with 3.5 laps to go.
Allen shooting to the bottom to break that draft down the back stretch.
It's effective to do, but if you time it wrong, it can really throw off your entry into the corner and you really suffer on exit. Going to have to be careful here. 3 laps to go. Alan DeFries with the lead. Chris Goins in second, charging hard. Saved those tires a little better than I believe McMullen and DeFries. And it's starting to show here. Last lap for Goins, a 32, that is, 46 to Allen's 32.48. Relatively equal at this point. Going to have to do something to change that here if he wants to take this top spot in a checkered flag here from Chicagoland.
I feel like Chris may just be riding right now. I think if I'm Chris, I'd start trying to make my move now. I mean, because this is not the easiest place to pass at.
No, it is not. But Chris Goins is still pretty smart behind the wheel of that machine. If he can force a mistake and make it easier, that's going to pay dividends for the 6th. But here he is, a lap and a half to go. I think it's time. He's taking a look into turn number 3, goes for the top spot. Chris Goins on the bottom groove. Going to slide up in front of Alan DeFries. Not quite. Alan isn't quite clear. Chris Goins, now he's clear through the dog leg. Takes the white flag. Chris Goins, your new leader here late. Alan DeFries still on the tailgate of the DoorDash number 6. DeFries now trying to make it work on the high side. Build a run down the backstretch. Not going to happen. He had to lift. Lost the nose. Chris Goins into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Goins started position 4. He's going to finish position 1. Chris Goins through the dog leg, sees the checkered flag, and he is going to win the Chi Town Beatdown 125. Alan DeFries is going to finish second. Thomas McMullen third. Brandon Mefford fourth. Tom Ridgway is going to clock in with a top 5 finish.
I think Goins led 2 laps, the last 2, the 2 most important.
Goins took the lead and led the white flag lap.
Chris Goins. I think it's his first win of the season, or maybe even in the Star Series.
It's both, really. First Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series win. Of course, first win of this season. Chris Goins celebrating there in the dog leg. We're going to step aside here, get a word with our top 3 finishers when we come back. Thanks for sticking with us, those of you that did, and we'll be back after this, guys. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chicagoland Speedway, the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. Chi Town Beatdown 125. It's in the books here. Chris Goins, first win of the season, first win of his SCAR career. We're going to go to Chris here, get a word with our winner here. Chris Goins, it's Steve and Eric in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a good copy?
Yes, sir. I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. Chris, first of all, congratulations. You're a winner in the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. How's it feel?
Oh man, it's awesome. This series has probably been one of the more competitive ones that actually probably the most competitive one I've ever raced in, and a lot of good talent here. So to be able to come away with a win here in this field is makes me I'm really excited. So
you had the lead there at the restart, quickly lost it, dropped back to hard-charging Alan DeFries and Thomas McMullen. It seemed that those two really went punch for quite a while until they burned up their stuff. Is that kind of how you took advantage there late? I think you backed out of it right away, maybe saved some tire for the end?
yeah, so I knew with when that caution came out right before the official stage, and I guess we would have like 28 laps left, and I knew that was basically a full tire run. And I knew right before the caution came out, I was starting to catch Thomas, and I think it was an 83 truck there. So I knew that if I just maintained the tires, hopefully they'd race theirs off. And luckily I was able to save a little bit more than they did to make the pass there.
Eric made mention there in the last couple of laps. He said it looks like Chris Goins might actually be riding there behind Alan DeFries. It might be time to go. And as soon as he started to mention that, you made the move for the lead. Were you just kind of waiting for the perfect opportunity, or did you know what you had?
Well, when I started to reel them in, I thought that I had better tires than I think I really did. And then with about 4 to go, I think I pushed it into one a little too hard, almost got in the wall off of 2. So I just kind of flowed her back down, got her back underneath me, and just kind of held steady, and until I guess that turn 1 going with 2 to go. So
certainly an impressive pass for the win. You led the white flag lap. Of course, some laps prior to that, but that checkered flag lap is the one that counts. Congratulations on the win here at Chicagoland. Before we let you get out of the booth here, is there anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, just want to thank my teammates over at Lone Star Racing. Fun group of guys to run with. Keaton and Drew, I know we're battling it out, and then Fahey had some bad luck, but just thank those guys. The SCAR series, all these guys for putting it on, Cody, everybody else involved. You guys for broadcasting, I appreciate it, being able to go back and watch it every week. So, other than that, islanding for being on the truck. So other than that, that's pretty much it.
All right, Chris, congratulations again. Good luck next week at Wilkesboro. That ought to be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Thanks, Chris. Have a good one.
Thanks, Steve.
Let's Chris Goins, your winner here at Chicagoland. Next, we're going to pull Alan DeFries up into the booth. Get a word with the driver of the number 71. So close to a victory. Alan, it's Steve and Eric in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Alan, man, you've had some tough luck here as of late in the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. You had a good hot rod underneath you tonight. You led some laps. Almost brought it home to the checkered flag. Tell us about that last couple of laps. Was there anything you could have done to prevent Chris Goins from getting on by and taking that win?
Not really. Me and Thomas and I got to messing around there on that last restart, and I knew him and I were running hard, but I didn't want to give up the lead because, once you get behind and tires and stuff, it's just so hard to pass. But every lap we're doing side by side, I just keep looking him back, and I see Chris just kind of chilling back there, and I'm thinking, yep, he's saving tires. I knew it was going to happen, but I was hoping if I got out in front and got enough of a lead, I could just hold him off.
Well, certainly fun to watch. Certainly the battle between yourself and Thomas McMullen, that was the most entertaining I've seen in SCAR in quite some time. That was impressive, to say the least. A couple of SCAR veterans there duking it out for the top spot. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't mind finishing second, third, or whatever position if we can race like that with somebody clean. We didn't touch each other, and it was good fun.
Certainly impressive. Good to see you up there back in the top 3. Tough break, didn't get the checkered flag tonight, but what are your thoughts going into next week at North Wilkesboro?
I need some practice, man. I haven't raced there in a long time. It's a fun little track. Going to be some beating and banging, I'm sure. So looking forward to it.
All All right, Alan. Well, before we let you get out of here, man, is there anybody you need to thank?
Just the other guys in the league. It's fun racing like that when you can have a clean race and toss it, mix it up a little bit without wrecking and stuff. And then thank the family for letting me get away with this stuff.
All right, Alan. Nice run, man. Congratulations on P2. We'll see you next week.
All right, take care, guys.
Alan DeFries, your runner-up here at Chicagoland. Next, we're going to go to Thomas McMullen, driver of the 02 Chevy Silverado. Thomas, it's Steve and Eric in the booth. You got a good copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Thomas McMullen, P3 after some laps led. Great battles out on the racetrack. Watching you in the 71 of Alan DeFries. We said it in his interview. Some SCAR veterans there duking it out for the top spot. That was fun to watch. Clean racing, solid, aggressive racing. Was there anything you could have done maybe differently to help better your finishing position? Maybe even get a checkered flag here this afternoon?
Yeah, I think that if I would have conserved my tires a little bit better at the beginning of the run, maybe let Alan get around me and just kind of keep him close, that maybe I could have done something there at the end. But the 6, he had me and Alan covered as far as tire conservation was, and I think that was going to be the deciding factor tonight.
Tires certainly very important, but I do have one question to ask. That battle with you in the 71, did you have fun?
I love this racetrack. I was just talking with Chris in the green room. I love this racetrack so much because, I mean, it's side by side, and you can go side by side, and there's plenty of room. You don't have to hold each other down and run into each other. I mean, I always love coming here. I run well. I understand how to get around this place. It's probably, this and Kansas is probably my favorite stop on the schedule.
Well, it was definitely a fun race to watch. I know we had our share of stream-related issues here. Halfway and on came out pretty good, but nonetheless, you guys put on a good performance. We certainly appreciate it up here in the broadcast booth. Before we let you go, though, Thomas, is there anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, just the guys with Holler Boys Racing and Holler Boys Racing TV, and the guys over at Splash and Go Graphics, Next Generation Fishing Charters, Saints Speed, VCA, and all the wonderful people that tune in and watch this every week.
All right, Thomas. Well, again, congratulations on P3. Good luck next week out at Wilkesboro.
I'll need it, but I appreciate it, guys.
All right, brother. We'll see you. Thomas McMullen, your third place finisher here from Chicagoland. That is your top 3. Let's try and pull up the race results. Hopefully they'll load. Oh, look at that. Better late than never. Chris Goins, of course, your winner. Alan DeFries, second. Thomas McMullen, we just spoke to, was third. Brandon Mefford, after a strong performance out front, finishes fourth. Tom Ridgway had a hot rod as well. Trouble early, still manages the top 5. Keaton Burnett finishes in the 6th position. Vince Short, worst to 7th. Good run for Vincent Short. Had to have a clean run and still had a solid points run for the driver, the number 15, Rob Hattenbach. Still managed to salvage an 8th place finish. Started out hot and heavy at the front of the field, and I'm not sure still to this point what the issue was. Did he get penalized an early jump at the initial start? I don't know. Nonetheless, Hattenbach still salvages the top 10 in 8th. Drew Blaze was 9th. Cody Harger struggled, finished 10th. Mike Fahey finished 11th. Quick was 12th. 13th position was Carson Conway. 14th was William George. Brian Rose, after his issues and a subsequent wreck, really, he finished 15th tonight. Jesse Bobo was 16th. Mark Truxell, 17th. Zach Millett, 18th. Jamie Kerr, Neil Quick, 19th and 20th. And Eddie Rose, 21st, with TJ Elaine, 22nd. Again, a lot of those wreck-related, mainly, I think, incident with Millett, Kerr, and Quick. I think Truxell might have gotten a piece of that as well. Eddie Rose, all involved in that incident. Took those trucks out. Definitely hurt their chances for the rest of the run. See what they can salvage going into next week at North Wilkesboro. Well, Eric, that's going to about wrap it up for us here at Chicagoland Speedway. It was a little hectic at the beginning. I have changed nothing. And miraculously, the stream has been perfectly fine from lap 44 all the way to the finish. So I'm scratching my head. I still think I want to blame Spectrum for the router issue and just get a new one anyway. But not router, modem, whatever it is. But, oh, Lord, I hate it when this happens.
Yeah, it was tough, but we managed to get through it, and we apologize, but things happen, and we know you'll get it fixed, Steve.
The cool thing is, though, we had a pretty good half of the race at the end, and these guys delivered. They really put on a good show, a good battle for position. I know we focused on the leaders a ton tonight. Apologize to you Scar guys that didn't get a lot of TV time, unless you were involved in a crash, but there were some serious battles at the front of the field, even throughout all of our stream issues, but can't follow it all, guys. Just tune in next week. Short track, going to be short tempers, short fuses, short laps. I don't know, is David coming back? I don't have short drivers. Talking about David Bradford, one of our heavy hitters from back in the day. He's taken a little hiatus. He seems to be dabbing his foot back into the waters of iRacing as of late. We'll see if we can get him back out here for a race or two. Got to dog him just a little bit, though. He's having some fun with his son, getting into go-kart racing, so we haven't had David Bradford around much since then, but he's poking his nose around. Maybe we'll see him at Wilkesboro. Maybe not. Who knows?
I think he needs to come back. I mean, these guys are putting on a great show, and I know David would add to that.
What we need is somebody to win the race and call him out in their victory lane interview. Wishful thinking, it'd be good for the broadcast, but all seriousness, David, we miss you. We wish you were around more, and it's just not the same without you. I think you can teach a lot of these guys a little bit about what you do from, a lower perspective. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us here at HBR TV from Chicagoland Speedway. Thank you guys all for watching. The handful of you that stuck around long enough, you are lifers, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you haven't already done it, like, follow, share, subscribe. HBR TV1 on YouTube, HBR TV1 on Facebook. Both platforms, we multi-stream in case things happen, which they did tonight. We lost the Facebook stream entirely. At least we had the backup plan here at YouTube. Still had our issues, but either way, guys, thank you very much for sticking with it. We do what we can do. Tune in next week. It's going to be at North Wilkesboro, and it'll be a fun time. For Eric Dotson, I'm Steve Singer, congratulating Chris Goins, the winner of the Chi Town Beatdown 125 from Chicagoland Speedway. Have a good night, everybody.